Lawyers for the family of Halyna Hutchins, a cinematographer fatally shot on the Rust set, have filed a bombshell lawsuit against Alec Baldwin and others involved on the movie set. To be clear, they're not just suing the producers, including Alec Baldwin, but they point the finger of blame squarely at Alec Baldwin, claiming he violated 15 specific safety protocols, including the use of a real gun instead of a dummy weapon, use of live ammunition on set, improper storage. The lawsuit suggests that Baldwin may have even committed a crime, reckless discharge of a deadly weapon, criminal offense in New Mexico. During a press conference today, they released a video that they created reenacting the October 21st shooting. The nearly 10-minute video includes this moment of the fatal shooting. The video uses computer-generated figures of Baldwin and others on the set. The video also uses Baldwin's own comments against him.
Take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I said, do you see that? She goes, well, just cheat it down and tilt it down a little bit like that. And I cock the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
Baldwin's attorneys just released this statement in response, which says, in part, any claim that Alec was reckless is entirely false. He, Halyna, and the rest of the crew relied on the statement by the two professionals responsible for checking the gun that it was a cold gun, meaning there's no possibility of a discharge, blank or otherwise. This protocol has worked on thousands of films with millions of discharges, as there has never before been an incident on a set where an actual bullet harmed anyone. Actors should be able to rely on armorers and prop department professionals, as well as assistant directors, rather than deciding on their own when a gun is safe to use. Joining us now is attorney for the Hutchins family, Brian Panish. Thank you so much for coming on the program. Really appreciate it. So what do you make of Alec Baldwin's attorney's response?
Well, first of all, Dan, it's great to be here. Second, Alec Baldwin is continuing to do what he's done throughout this. He's blaming others. He's not accepting any responsibility. He lays off fault on others when, in fact, but for him shooting the gun, Halyna is still here today.
You know, you go squarely at Alec Baldwin in this lawsuit. You know, he said the gun just went off by accident. It wasn't his fault. What are the areas where you think it was, quote unquote, his fault?
Well, first of all, he refused any gun safety training, number one. Number two, he pointed a gun at someone on a set. You don't do that without plexiglass and other precautions. Number three, why were there bullets in the gun to begin with, whether they be fake or real? It was only a lineup. There was no intention for him to shoot the weapon. He wasn't supposed to shoot the weapon. Nobody expected him to do that, yet he recklessly fired the weapon while pointing it at three people, killed one and injured another. That is reckless, Dan. It doesn't happen on movie sets when people follow rules, but his lawyer was wrong. Brandon Lee was killed on a movie set by a bullet. And so Baldwin, again, is in complete denial, accepting no responsibility, and we look forward to letting the folks, the community in Santa Fe County, determine his responsibility.
Do you think he should be charged with a crime?
Well, Dan, I'm not the prosecuting attorney. We're told them we will fully cooperate, and it's up to them. But there is laws in New Mexico that would support it, but they're independent. We're not getting involved in that decision. Either way, we intend to prove our case that Mr. Baldwin and others acted recklessly and caused a death that was senseless, that never needed to happen. And it's a tragedy, and it was caused by the cost-cutting and lack of safety measures undertaken by Mr. Baldwin and others.
Has Halyna's family changed its views on Alec Baldwin since they were together in the days after the shooting?
No, in fact, their views were never one way or the other. Mr. Hutchins, Matthew, met with Mr. Baldwin several times. He's been very cordial with Mr. Baldwin, but he's just trying to find out what happened. He's not taking a position with Mr. Baldwin. He just takes the information in and assesses it himself.
Would your clients settle this case, or are they determined to take it to trial?
Well, you know, Dan, most cases settle. we certainly are willing always to discuss it, but we're looking for answers. And until we have answers and we use the court process to subpoena witnesses and documents to find out what really happened, and Mr. Hutchins and others want to know, why did this happen? What was the cause of this? We think we know. We've done a thorough investigation, Dan. We spent months going to the scene, interviewing witnesses that were there before and after, obtaining documents, hiring expert witnesses. We take this very seriously. We seriously investigated it before making these contentions in a lawsuit that we can support with facts and evidence.
You know, as a legal matter, the defendants are going to claim this case should be dismissed because this was a workplace incident and thus should go through the state's worker compensation system. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, Halyna was an independent contractor. She was not employed by them. She had never worked for them before. She brought her own tools and skill to the job, and she was an independent contractor, so it wouldn't be barred by workers' comp. And additionally, in New Mexico, if you were able to show reckless conduct on behalf of the employer, that case proceeds. So I would invite their lawyer to look at the law in the state of New Mexico.
Bottom line, the family is now, is it fair to say, pointing the finger of blame squarely at Alec Baldwin?
Definitely pointing the finger at Alec Baldwin and others who were responsible for safety on the job site and cost cutting. It's not that this just happened as a fluke. There was a number of steps and policies that had to be violated for this to happen, and it was clearly reckless, and we're going to prove that.
Brian Panish, thank you so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you much, Dan.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.